Silver Dave here. What should you stack during an apocalypse? Well, let's find out. If a government collapses, we can all agree that there will be only two things that will hold value: gold and silver. But not all silver is the same and not all gold is the same. Let's talk about this today. What should you hold in silver and what's different from what's here, here, and here, right? What is so different about this coin and this? These two are both fine silver, but there is a major difference between this and this. So let's see. I'll take the most obvious one. This is the largest coin I have. I took it out of my safe just for today to show you guys. This is a wonderful art coin. This is very beautiful, made in 1979, and it is a Dali art coin called Autumn. It's 68 grams of silver, and it has this toned finish, so you can touch it. It's not too bad. You won't make any marks or anything. It is a very beautiful piece. At 68 grams of silver, you're roughly looking at 2 ounces of silver. So we're saying about $50 worth. But if we are in an apocalypse and we're in a situation where you're running for your life and most of society has collapsed, can you use this to trade? To a certain extent, yes, but this is not convenient to trade. And I'll explain why. This coin, while beautiful, and while it is pure silver, and it is marked on this coin that it is fine silver, I believe it is written 999. Let's see if I can get a focus. It is written 999 silver, and yeah, but there is no weight indicator, first of all. The second thing is, it is hard to verify unless the person you're dealing with is willing to scrape off a bit from the edge and then to do an acid test, which hopefully you have acid. If you don't have acid, most likely you will not have acid. The person won't be able to do an acid test. We're not in a normal economic environment, so this thing will most likely not be tested. Can you trade with it? Possibly, but most likely you will trade this at a discount. Now, what do I think will have the most value compared to this? And what will be easily verifiable after a collapse? Well, I say the American Silver Eagle would still be very recognizable. It'll be very easy to trade 1 ounce American Silver Eagles. Why is that? Well, people are familiar with it. It has its weight written on it, 1 fine ounce, $1. It had a known value before the collapse, right? People knew that American Silver Eagles were going around for $30 plus. They have an idea of what to give you in exchange for this. This coin, this medallion, these random commemorative coins that are made out of silver, that have a weight, they don't have a known value. Even this is a 1 ounce round. It's a PAMP round. And you think, oh, but PAMP is well known. Yes, but on it, you see, there's no indication of its weight. And on the back, there is a beautiful art design. But in a post-apocalyptic situation, people will have to refer to society before in order to determine what was the value of things. And this has no reference. This, while you can say it's PAMP, you have no idea how much it was selling for, so you have no reference for what you should get and what a person should give you in exchange for this 1 ounce round. Take another example. Let's talk about this silver maple leaf. The maple leaf, like the American Eagle, is well known. People know about the maple leaf. The maple leaf has an additional advantage, especially the newer ones, having more anti-counterfeit technology. So when you go and you trade this in a post-apocalyptic world, people will know that it is very hard to fake this coin, and most likely they are getting what you are showing. Let's say though, you don't have money to stack a lot of eagles, a lot of maple leaves. What can you do? Well, I would suggest that you go for fractional coins. And yes, I have some fractional coins here. These are not silver fractional coins. But if you don't have a lot of money, go for fractional silver coins. These are gold fractional silver coins, so they're worth a lot more. But the advantage of fractional silver coins is that fractional silver coins are of a known value. You're like, what do you mean by known value? It means that they were previously in circulation. They have anti-counterfeiting measures put into them. Because they were put into circulation, government mints try to put anti-counterfeit measures into it. They try to make the design complex. They try to make the coin hard to counterfeit. And typically, the size of the coin is quite small. You don't have these giant, like, 2-ounce rounds in circulation. Typically, that was very rare. You never had gold coins. I think there was a few 100 franc coins, but there was only 500 of them struck. Most coins are 20 Swiss francs, these type of fractional coins that I have. And I've seen some American Indians, they are 4 grams, 90% gold. So they're a bit more than 4 grams. So then you have the $5 ones, which are, I think, double that. I'm not too sure. I'm not too familiar with American fractional gold. You also have American fractional silver, which is 90% silver. In all of those coins, the coin size is sub 10 ounces, sub 10 grams, sorry. And being sub 10 grams, it makes the coin small and much harder to forge. And especially if the design is extremely intricate, the coin is extremely small, it is very unlikely that the coin is forged. And you can also feel, they have a specific feel, these coins. This coin feels heavy, it feels like gold, and it looks like gold, and it is from a period when they actually minted gold. Now, these coins have a very clear advantage over these art coins. And that is, they are similar to the bullion coins. They have a relatively low premium when you're buying them now. And they also have a history of actually being used by money, being used as money by people. So they do have a history of being accepted by the general population as currency of exchange for goods and services. Now, why do I think that these coins might be the best to stack in case of an emergency? Maybe even better than the American Silver Eagle. They'll give you a run for your money compared to the American Silver Eagle. In that these coins have proven their worth with time. That means that at one time in the world, these type of coins were used by everybody. The American Silver Eagle is actually a relatively modern creation. This was created after all of these coins were taken out of circulation, and this was used to sort of introduce a type of bullion type coin for investors. In that sense, this coin has never really been used as money. It is theoretical money. This coin is real money. And that is the main difference. You have to remember that in a post-apocalyptic world, the points of reference people will have is what happened before the apocalypse. And if this coin, let's say, before the apocalypse, in 1935, you can tell somebody that you could use this coin and you could buy a nice dinner, right? An extremely fancy dinner for 4 people. And you want in exchange of this 4 loaves of bread and a slice of ham and some vegetables. They have a point of reference before the collapse of its value. and therefore you can trade based upon this. An American silver eagle would have a monetary value, which changes over time. And it's very hard to tell people, yes, I used this in 2005 to trade with a plumber for some plumbing. There's so few cases of actually people using silver today to trade for goods and services. In some places, yes. Some cases, we have some edge cases where, you might run out of cash and then you had some silver left over and some guy agreed to do some services for you in exchange for silver. But that is relatively rare. And therefore, what I think is the best thing to stack in case of an apocalypse is this. It's fractional gold and fractional silver. Now, I do think fractional silver, I don't have very much fractional silver with me at the moment, but fractional silver has a strong advantage in that they are smaller denominations. You have to imagine in a post-apocalyptic world, people can't always give you change. If you're going to give them this coin in exchange for goods and services, and they only have bread and sausages, well, they're going to give you the value of bread and sausages equal to this coin. But what if you can't eat that many bread and sausages? Well, that goes to waste. They tend to rot, so you can't store it. So here's the thing. If you have smaller denominations, you have more liquidity. You can trade for, I would say, smaller units. And therefore, I might have a fractional piece of silver here. Therefore, this is the most advantageous during an apocalypse. This is a Libertas fractional Swiss centime coin. You can see it's very nicely toned. It has a typical toned circulation silver coin look. Actually, it's in quite good quality for a circulated coin. A Libertas type. This is a Swiss 10 centime Libertas, but a fractional silver coin will be very easy and liquid to use in a post-apocalyptic world. So what should you stack? Well, if you're stacking for the apocalypse, it's clear, it's this. Do I think these other coins don't have value? No, I think these other coins have different types of value. This is obviously better. This is in the modern day, it's much easier to trade this at a bank, for example. Some banks accept silver bullion in this form. Very few banks would accept silver bullion in this form. I think that today, if you're going to stack, I would stack a mix of these. If you have art coins and you like hand-poured silver, silver art, and so on, don't go overboard. It's okay to buy some. It will still hold value like silver. But when you sell, most likely you will get spot for your for your silver art, unless you find a specific collector who enjoys silver art, or another silver stacker who wants silver art. But that takes time. In terms of what's best to keep, this is the best to keep. I hope this video was informative. I hope that you enjoy the content. I'm trying to make my content more concise because I tend to ramble on a bit, like I'm doing now. I'm rambling on. I'll try to keep my videos under 20 minutes so that I get all the content within the first 15 minutes, and then we're done, and then you get all the information you need. If you enjoy the content, click the like button, click subscribe, feel free to click the notification button. Yeah, this was Dave. Thank you for watching.